Leyla, I wanted to say thank you for taking Push again. And I know that you've been making calls and getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Recently, you had some success with a for sale by owner, and I'd love for you to just briefly explain, what transpired.
So I was getting ready to actually get out of the coaching program, and I was sitting down with Catherine, and she's like, "Well, she's like, you like Push, right?" I was like, "I love Push." She's like, "Well, it's starting August 1st." I was like, "Oh, I can't get out of coaching. I need to get into Push. I've been slacking on my calls, and I've noticed that when I take Push and I get out of the class or know that I have a script to follow or know somebody I can role play with, I'm ready for my calls. I do my script practice in the morning now with Giovanni or Christine and or Maura, and then I'm ready for my calls. I'm ready for the objections. And this one FISBO, he's listed at 9.5 over in Glenrock, and a high price point, but he still needs our help, or at least says they need our help. If they're raising their hand and saying, "Help me, I need this," so I called and just had a conversation. "Hey, so where are you going? What are you doing?" And this is because I have the script. I have the confidence from taking the class from you, listening to you do it seamlessly with you and Ashley and everyone else that does it. Haza, it's amazing to see. And I've taken this is my third time in Push, and I don't regret it. So I went to see. So I called the homeowner, and I had a great conversation with him. I was like, "Hey, can I come this afternoon and see it? I'm not trying to get the listing. I just want to see your home and see what it's about." So I went there and had a great conversation. I saw a whole bunch of, I had a conversation with him about the stats of Glenrock. He already knew the stats. I didn't have to bring him. He knew what was for sale, what the price points was, what everything, what's going on. He's very well versed in his town. I went there with a little thing, pot of sunflowers that says, "Let's grow together." Brought him some information, just my card, just like, "Hey, a thank you card. Thank you for taking the time out of this gorgeous day to meet with me." And he ended up accepting an offer, but had he have not accepted the offer, Diane and I would have been up at bat to interview for the actual listing, which is great. So it's not the win is getting in front of them,
Yes.
getting the confidence and winning that appointment. I made another call the following day and had another FISBO tell me, "Your approach is why the only reason I'm on the phone this long. I don't know if you won this listing, but the way that you ask your questions, you're listening to me, you're processing what I'm saying. I enjoyed it, and thank you. I'm putting your information in my folder here, so when I'm ready to reach out to an agent, you're one of the ones I'll reach out to. But I'll reach out to him before he reaches out to me."
Absolutely, you will. And I have to say this, you made me smile because you said it was a win. Even though he accepted an offer for you, it was a win because you made the call, you got the appointment, you got in front of him. And I just think if more agents focused on celebrating the wins along the process, it's a win picking up the phone, it's a win asking for the appointment, it's a win getting the appointment. Those are wins that we need to talk about and celebrate. And I love that you focus on the positive of that
If
transaction and
I
opportunity.
if I'd stayed the wallflower like I did in the first Push and just stay in the corner and just listen to everyone and watch everyone be successful, I would have never taken Push again, gotten the confidence to make phone calls, to call these high price FISBOs, or I don't care what the price is. I'm calling you. You have your hand raised. You need help. You're gonna accept it one day. One of them or five of them are all gonna accept it. I know. Because that's what's
Absolutely.
gonna happen. And it's your confidence. And I don't know if you realize this, like it just comes through. So like you, even when you're just practicing with everyone, just doing the role play of like, "Hey David, like how do you do this? Like I don't understand this question." To watch you play it out, it's like, oh, it's too easy when the way that you're doing it. It just and it's that's how the conversation goes. That's how my conversation, except for today, that's how my conversations have been. Just
Yeah.
simple conversations, just following the question, following the guideline. If they've already answered 5B, then jump to 5C. You don't have to ask the question again, but listening is the key point, and they just want to be heard.
It's the key point. We have to listen. And that's why we have to memorize the script. So we're not thinking about what to say next. We can be part of that conversation. I think it's a great point you brought up. Let me ask you this. This will be my final question for you. If you heard some agents talking in the office and they were vacillating, should they sign up for Push or maybe not? What would you say to them? Why would you tell them they should sign up for Push?
I would ask them, why is it even a question? It's if you don't know what to say, this is what's going to give you the knowledge of what to say and how to maintain that fluid conversation with them. This is your what do you say? You bleed in class, you cry. What's the saying?
You
I'm gonna
participate in here like you participate out there in the real
that,
world.
but then there's one where you bleed here, you cry
Oh,
here,
you
so
sweat in practice so you don't bleed in war.
that's it. And that's the thing. You don't want to stammer on the phone. You don't want to struggle to find what you're going to say. Why would you question it? This is a course for you to learn how to get better at your trade.
Love it.
Where's the debate?
Love
Don't
it.
you want to get better at your job? Whatever it is, there's always a class to improve. Take it.
You know what? I think that's a great answer. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so
Yep.
much for doing this interview with me. I want people to see, because it's one thing for me to talk about, hey, you should take push for this reason. It carries more weight when it comes from someone who's taken it more than one time and you're still continuing to grow. And for you to say that, it carries more weight than me telling someone that they should be in the program. So I appreciate it.
Look at all the successful agents that have come out of push
Yes.
because of taking push, because of being pushed by you, because of writing out the listing presentation 1,800 times. Like this is why it's so fluid now when you say it.
Yeah.
Because you know where to pause, and speaking slow is still the hardest thing for me. But at least now I know, okay, I'm going to mirror and match. How is he speaking? Is he leaning in? What is he doing? And it's just fluid. It's not a question now.
Okay. Okay. And
And
you'll get there as well. I've been doing it for a number of years. It didn't start off being fluid. However, it's what is that saying? There are like 10,000 hours of mastery, like just continuing to focus on your craft. And I heard John Maxwell say something today. He said, if you put in an hour a day for 5 years, you'll be an expert. So imagine if you're practicing your scripts an hour a day, where you would be in 5 years. I mean, look at where you are now. Imagine 5 years from now when you're still growing your business and you're still putting that type of work in, what type of agent you would be.
I can't wait to do that 5-year interview with you.
Now, let's go. I'll still be here.
I know you will. So will I.
All
Great
right.
company.
All right. That's awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing this push success stories interview. And we'll talk some more because I know you're going to have more success. So I look forward to doing more of these in the future.
Absolutely. And I thank you for creating push and for I texted you this round of push and said, David, I need you to push me. And that's exactly what you're doing. And I thank you for it because it's helping me every day. I'm getting further and further away from my comfort zone. And that's exactly where I want to be. I just want to see it in my rear view. I don't want to live in it. I just want to see it in the back now.
That's right. That's
And
right.
that's it. And I thank you for it. So thank you. And thank you for taking the time and letting me interview.
Anytime. Anytime. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem, David. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.